Hi everyone, this is Brenda from Crooked River Homestead. Thanks for joining me today. Today we are making another treat that is definitely great for sharing during the holidays. You can jar it up in a canning jar or other jars that you have cleaned and repurposed, but we are making granola today, and this recipe has so many variations. We're gonna start with just the simple ingredients today, and then you can add your own stuff in there, your own goodies in there to make it your own. So today we're gonna be making it in my wok, my cast iron wok, but don't worry. The original recipe was to make it in a crock pot, which is also super easy, or you could even convert this recipe to cooking it in the oven. So, but today I'm using my wok. I came up with this method when we were living in our old home and we lost power, but I needed to make granola. I pretty much have a little bit every day as a dessert or a little snack. And so tried it on a low burner, and it worked wonderful. Actually, Tim prefers it this way. I think it gets a little more, the oatmeal gets a little more roasted in there. But no matter which method you use, you can just cook it a little bit longer to get that roasted look or flavor. So I'm going to get you turned around here and show you our main ingredients. So here is my cast iron wok. I love this thing, not only for granola, but for making stir fries. I'll leave a link down below in case you're interested in purchasing one. But we're going to be using honey today. You could also use maple syrup, and we have solid coconut oil, and these are the larger coconut flakes that I got from Azure Standard. You can use, the more finely shredded coconut. Sometimes I use half and half, a combination. And today I'm using regular oats. I've also used quick oats in the past, and also even use the steel cut oats if you want more of a granular type consistency to your granola. And we're also going to be adding a little cinnamon. I love to have a little cinnamon in there for some flavor. And after we're done with the oats and the coconut, we're going to be adding some dried fruit. So I prefer to add raisins and cranberries. Certainly you can add your own variation. So let's get started. So the furnace finally shut off. Sorry about that noise at the beginning of the video. The furnace blower is like right below the stove here. And it goes on pretty frequently because it is chilly outside today. It's about 20 degrees, but at least it's sunny. So we have half a cup of our solid coconut oil, and we're gonna get that melting while we measure out our other ingredients. And this is the first time I am making it on this stove, and see how that works out. So I'm just going to keep it on low. We'll get that melting, and we'll measure out our oatmeal and coconut. We're going to want to wait till it's melted until we add our dry ingredients. So we're going to open up, I did vacuum seal this oatmeal for longer term storage. So we're going to open up this jar. If you're looking for an easy way to open your vacuum sealed jars, this has been a game changer for me. And it helps preserve your lids so you can reuse them. And as you can see, this was previously for something else. The recipe actually calls for 4 cups of oats, 2 cups of coconut flakes, and 2 cups of nuts or seeds. So I'm eliminating the seeds. because of allergies, you know, that I'm giving this to, of people that I'm giving this to. And so what I usually do is just add extra oatmeal and extra coconut flakes. So I'm going to add 5 cups of oats and 3 cups of coconut flakes. So very versatile. Do your own combination, whatever sounds good to you. But we're going to measure out our oatmeal. So you can see here our coconut oil is pretty much all melted. So I'm going to start adding the oats. 4. And 5. Now we're going to move on to our coconut. You probably hear Tim in the background. He is doing some work with the tractor. We are still working, doing our preps for the winter, even though winter is actually here. We just had a bunch of freezing rain followed by lots of rain, so we had a lot of water flowing through the property, but we stayed dry. The culvert that Tim put in worked really well. Okay, so I got 2 cups of the coconut, and I'm gonna do an additional cup to make up for not putting any nuts or seeds. All right. So now I am going to add my cinnamon, and I usually put a couple teaspoons. You can start with 1 teaspoon and see how you like that. And they also, there's like a half a teaspoon of salt in the recipe. I don't know if it just brings out the sweetness in the in everything else, but we're just gonna put a little pink salt today. We're just doing our own thing. Okay, so the honey or maple syrup, whatever you're using, I'm using half a cup. Half a cup of whichever sweetener you want to put in there. I use the same measuring cup as the coconut oil. That way the honey just comes right out. Okay, so now I'm just gonna mix everything together. This smells so good when it's cooking. Making some for us today, but you have definitely got to make more to give family and friends. Okay, and you are going to want to cover this to keep the heat in there, but not completely. So I just use a butter knife here to crack it open because you want the moisture to escape as you're heating up the granola. And if you're using a crock pot on low, you're going to also be cracking the lid on that, so again the moisture can escape. So we're going to be stirring this every 15 minutes. It's going to take a couple hours, so definitely set your timer and stir it up, and you're going to see as we go along here that it's going to get that nice roasted color and flavor. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes and you can see there's some condensation here under the cover, but we are going to give this a stir. Grab a pot holder here, make sure that knife could be a little hot. So it looks like this burner's working well. You just want to make sure that the oatmeal that's over the burner is not staying there. You want to keep things moving. So, cover back on. We're going to set our timer for another 15 minutes. We're going to keep going here for a couple hours, and then I'll bring you back to show you how lovely it looks. So it's been approximately 2 hours, and our granola is nice and golden. And we're going to be adding our dried fruit. So I'm going to add some raisins, and I don't have a set amount, I just kind of eyeball it. If I had to guess, probably a cup or so of raisins, and the same with cranberries. So just mixing these in while the granola is still warm so they can get some of the flavor, the cinnamon and the honey. And if you're going to be adding, let's say, chocolate chips or M&Ms, I would wait until this is completely cool so they don't melt. And you could also add nuts at this point if you wanted to. Add some. So we're going to let this cool, and then we're going to jar it up, and we'll bring you back with the vacuum sealing process. Once I have my jar filled, I like to vacuum seal the granola. It's not necessary, but if I was really organized, certainly not this year, I could make this like, you know, a couple months ahead of time, ahead of Christmas season, and it would last longer. I like to use this little suction unit here, vacuum sealer by Nutriseal. I will leave a link down below if you're interested in getting one. I don't know if it's still $21.99, but I'll also leave the price down below. And it does come with 2 attachments for the wide mouth lids and the regular lids. So I have tested. I did actually eat some granola that I had vacuum sealed 10 months ago, and it was fine. So of course you do have fat in here with the coconut oil, so it does have a limited shelf space, but like I said, it lasted quite a few months on the shelf after I vacuum sealed it. So this is a rechargeable, USB rechargeable, and when the pitch in the sound gets higher pitched, then we know that it's sealed. So once I have that sealed, I'll put a little sticker on there, little label just to dress it up. I got these on Amazon as well, so if you're interested in those, there's like 4 different designs that come on the roll. But just as a little festive touch, you could also add another label with the ingredients, and I usually put some kind of festive ribbon on there, and that's it. Great little quick, easy, relatively inexpensive gift for a hostess or a friend. So it usually makes about 3 quarts depending on how much stuff you add in there. And for our purposes here, we usually fill up a 2-quart jar and just serve ourselves from there to keep it fresh. I hope this was helpful for you. Give you another idea of an inexpensive gift you can make at home. Let us know if you've tried your own recipes for granola and other things that you like to add to your granola. Please like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We'll see you next time. Bye.